Welcome the internet. Today I'm going to be showing a little peek at the new update that we just downloaded today for Star Citizen here on the 6th of June. Right now I'm looking at the Hornet basic model, which is used in the dogfighting module or Arena Commander, which thankfully has been released, is very stable, at least on my system. I know some folks are having some issues, but mine's running very smoothly. I, ironically enough, seem to have more trouble in the hangar than I do in the actual game. More frame rate issues, things like that. May have to do with them focusing on the game as much as possible rather than the actual hangar itself, which is fine by me. This was the icing they gave us first, and now we are being given, not the whole cake, but some very delicious pieces of it. And before I continue, I'll go ahead and disable motion blur because I really don't like it. And it kind of messes with the YouTube videos as well. We'll go ahead and just disable that real quick. Now, as you can see here, Hornet looks beautiful. What an awesome ship. I mean, what a great look. Everything goes together the way it's supposed to. Everything looks nice. This is on very high settings. And as you can see, like I was saying, they haven't put a whole lot of work into the actual hangars. Like the lights, you see the aliasing of the edges of the textures on the floor a little bit, things like that. But the ship, on the other hand, just looks amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Now, on to the update itself. Well, they did something in conjunction with the final episode upcoming tomorrow on June 7th of the next Great Starship. The last episode of the next Great Starship. In which one of multiple teams, they all created ships to be integrated into the verse, and they're going to pick one. Which is, after watching the videos and keeping up with it, is a tough decision. There have been some really strong contenders. But they've got to pick one. And so, as sort of a treat for everybody who has the Hangar Module and Arena Commander, they went ahead and added a little something for us in our hangar. I normally don't own this hangar. I was surprised when I loaded the game for the first time after the patch. I was like, why do I have this hangar? I had purchased the upgrade to the Freelancer today since they just released it, and I was thinking, did it come with a hangar upgrade? Because it didn't say anything about that, but if it did, okay. I don't mind extra free stuff. But no, actually what they did here was they added this. That's right, they went ahead and added both of the finalists' ships in engine to your hangar so that you can look at them, enjoy them, inspect them, and get a feel for what these ships might look like in your hangar when they're finally added to the game, or one of them is added to the game. I wouldn't be surprised if they add more than just one of these to the game as time goes on, because honestly, so many of the entries were so well done. Why wouldn't you want them in the game? It is a unique reward to have your creation put into such a game as Star Citizen, but to hamstring the development of the other teams that weren't picked, I don't know, to end it, after they put so much work in, that's a pretty tough decision there. But we'll give you a quick look around the ships. I know you've seen the videos, or you probably have seen the videos at least, from the next Great Starship, and you've seen these in action, animated landing gears, things like that coming down, the turrets being activated. But it's always nice to see it in engine. This here in particular, the ship for the Team Four Horsemen, it's actually my preferred ship. I really like this one. I like the scissor nacelles. I really like the animations that they put into it and the thought that they put into it, which you can see in the, I believe it's episode 14 or 1.14 if you're looking on YouTube. They actually put a lot of thought and detail into the entire ship. It's very finished, very sleek, but still looks like it's got some muscle behind it. The only thing that was off for me were the turrets. They just don't look like they fit the overall design. Maybe, if they retracted and this was their look when they're out or something like that. I'm not keen on the turrets myself, but overall, this ship is amazingly well thought out, looks great. Uh, the only thing is, of course, since these are kind of display models, you can't actually go inside the ship and look at the interior, even though in the video they show the interior on both of the ships, and they both look pretty darn amazing. One of the reasons I like this one more is the integrated crane system that they have in the tail here, and that's pretty deep thought into the use of the ship itself, the final actual purpose of the ship. It's not just a gunship, it's also a delivery system for Marines and a supply ship for Marines, which is important if you don't want to have a fleet of supply ships that you have to bring in behind your Marine drops. You can bring the Marines and have their supplies delivered at the same time, or a small vehicle, things like that, that might supplement them. It's very useful and important to have this as part of the ship, especially if it is integrated in the design and doesn't take anything away, just adds to it, which, from what their video showed and from what I would think, it does. It just adds and doesn't take away. Now here's the ship from the Shard Collective. This one is very nice too. I really do like the look of it, the profile. The front end reminds me very strongly of the ship that you fly, well, you don't fly in, but the ship that your pilot flies in Deus Ex Human Revolution, the BEE-008, or perhaps an old Russian helicopter. I can't put my finger on which model of helicopter, but it definitely has that feel to it. But that makes it feel more real. You can see that the pilot's got great visibility. You can see all the way around here. It's a little exposed, but it comes with the territory, I guess. I like the nacelle design on this one as well. Looks really sweet. Looks like it can provide a lot of power. With the other one there by the Four Horsemen, it doesn't seem like it could provide a whole lot of power. It seems like the thrusters seem a little small, but when it opens up, when you actually see it in operation, you can see that, okay, that would work out. But this one just looks powerful. Looks like it's got a lot of weight behind it. I like the look of it, the profile from behind. It looks like a bird of prey. Looks like a bird landing, ready to pounce, a raptor of some sort. Looks very strong, especially with this landing gear on the back here. So overall, very happy that they decided to go ahead and give us this little treat. Well worth the download to be able to actually see the ships in engine, fully textured and ready to go, rather than just a YouTube video that you can just look at a predetermined video that they give you. Here's a look at our ship, which are nice, but it's always sweet to just be able to walk around this thing and get a feel for how big it is, how massive it's going to be, and what it actually is going to feel like. I wish we could go inside, but... And real just quick on to one of the upgrades for the Freelancer. You may notice some rather strange texturing going on here. I've noticed this since I downloaded the upgrade and the patch here, but I'm sure they'll work that out. And I can always give them an upload of this video so they can see it and maybe work it into one of their bug fixes, but I'm sure they'll get to it. Here's the upgraded Lancer. This one is the max version, which is pretty much the freight version. My whole idea of the game is going to be as, at first at least, a pretty much a freight liner. I'm just going to be moving stuff from one place to the other, and if I have to deal with somebody, I've got big guns. And of course, the ball turret in the back, right up there on the top. I Now, yeah, missing textures in the back here, just a black back. But this is, the first day that this particular uh, upgrade has been released, so it's not surprising that there's a couple things missing. But I'm okay with that. She still looks beautiful. I like the larger, the double engines in the back, so you have four main thrusters instead of just two, so that should give some extra oomph for me to get away from ye pirates out there. Yeah, overall, very happy with the update. I really like the fact that they put these two ships in so you can have a look at them as part of the final you go on and you do not phase of the next great starship. And honestly, I would not hate them if they decided to, you know what, the ships are so complete and look so good and fit the verse so well, we're just going to keep them both. We'll see how things go from here. All right, well, if you like the video, subscribe. We'll be making more. I, of course, have my FTL video up. That one was my first one that I ever released onto YouTube. And I'll probably be making a few more of the actual Arena Commander as time goes by. I've been working with my SciTech flight stick. I've got the X52 flight control system, and it's a little buggy in the game. Thankfully, it has its own customizable input options, so you can pretty much use all the buttons on it as the keyboard, which helps. It's just the sensitivity is a little strange during play, but can be worked on. So overall, I'm really impressed with the update. I'm really happy with Arena Commander and how smoothly it runs on my system. And I mean, I've experienced no crashes whatsoever, just a few random bugs here and there. A machine gun noise suddenly stopping entirely after I've been damaged, things like that, even though the machine guns show, undamaged and are still firing. But, those are minor nitpicks for an alpha pre-release. How can you complain about a company doing this for you when this isn't even 1/10 of the game at most for the whole thing, what we're looking at for the persistent universe? Alright, well, you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you in the verse, and see you back here on my channel.